Hi, my name is Suzanne Herco, and I'm your Child's Humanities and Learning Seminar teacher this year. Thank you so much for coming this evening. I'm so sorry I could not be here. I am actually celebrating my nephew's wedding, my only nephew, and I'm actually helping to officiate the wedding. So it's a very important event both for him and for me and for us as a family. Again, my apologies for not being here. Thank you to Ms. Gibson for setting this moving running, and I'm sure that she can answer any specific questions you have about the curriculum. I'm going to step you through a few things about the class and also ways for us to stay in communication. And I do encourage any of you to reach out to me via email in the days ahead. Thank you again so much for coming, and I'm going to share with you the PowerPoint now. Welcome to 7th grade Humanities and Learning Seminar. I am one of two co-teachers in this classroom, along with Mr. Frankie Yanez, who is our resource service provider. If you would like to reach me, the best way to do so is via email, sherco@gatewaymiddle.org. That's really the most effective way. However, you could also leave a message at the front desk, 922-1001, and I can get back to you. Email, however, I see much more regularly. Just a little background about myself. I've been with Gateway since 1999, and I started at the high school in 1999 when I moved out here from New York. And I have been here ever since. I was part of starting the middle school in 2011 and moved to the middle school when we opened. I received my Bachelor's of Arts in History at Stanford and my Master's at Columbia Teachers College. I do love the outdoors, backpacking, hiking, and downhill skiing. And again, my apologies for not being here tonight. Our history content, our reading content, and our writing content are what comprise humanities. From a writing focus, we do narrative, argumentative, and explanatory/informative writing. And we are using a program called Step Up to Writing to especially serve our students and make sure we're developing the writing skills. In terms of our reading focus, every quarter we have a fiction piece that complements our studies, including The Outsiders this first quarter, some short stories, young adult novels second and third quarter, and Romeo and Juliet from third to fourth quarter. And then from a history perspective, the themes are conflicts and convergence of culture, the rise and spread of Islam in West Africa. That is what we focus on first and second quarters. And that is what the first semester final exam is about. The third and fourth quarters focus on the global convergence of cultures, the Americans in Europe, and then the impact of ideas and technology in the modern age with a look at the Renaissance, and then the 1906 earthquake, which is our exhibition night project. And while these have many different ideas that may seem disparate, they in fact do come together in terms of the reading, writing, and thinking that we do with students. In terms of history, we very much focus on nonfiction reading as well, including primary source documents, and focus on the ideas of sites of encounter, which is one of the ways that we're able to integrate both the study of medieval world as well as more contemporary concepts like the 1906 earthquake. In Learning Seminar, we are really teaching the how of school. We focus on process of learning, academic strategies, academic habits, self-awareness and growth mindset, self-advocacy, and collaboration community skills. And that is really part and parcel of everything that we do in Learning Seminar. We focus on reading skills and strategies, including independent reading, reading journals. Your son or daughter should be reading every night for 30 minutes. We read 20 minutes in class. They should have at least another 10 minutes of reading each night. And then we will also be incorporating written responses. So please look for them reading every single day. And it's really not enough to say, oh, I did it in class. They should have a book. They should have their writing journal. They should be recording their reading in that journal. And we're also going to be integrating Newsela Pro, as well as Read Theory, which is another program to support students all reading at their own independent reading level. We incorporate the teaching of technology skills, various Google apps, Prezi, Typing Pal. Typing Pal is especially important as we are working towards the spring semester when students are preparing for the CASP testing. We want to make sure they all have that literacy with being able to use keyboard skills. We also focus on digital literacy, so making sure that students are able to operate in the web environment and they are educated, critical consumers in that space. Finally, this is we also do brain and learning strategies. It's our brain science curriculum, and this first quarter, we're focusing first on growth mindset, but it's really the place for students to understand how their brain works, how to be better learners, and to then apply that in all their classes. Here are some of the tools that we use. Google Classroom is very important. Students' assignments are posted in Google Classroom whenever they're assigned, nearly every day. And there are many announcements. Students should get in the habit of checking their Google email, and they should be using Google Docs to prepare their work. We also ask students to have homework buddies, and they can post questions to their homework buddies. We use Parent Square as a way of communicating things that are going on for general parent communication. And then PowerSchool is an essential tool for helping you stay on top of your child's work. That is where we actually post grades, and you can see where a student has their work done or does not have their work done, and you can see their current grades. So in 7th grade, this is a huge transition. Many times students are asking to pull away from their families. They want more and more independence. And while we want to give them that independence, we also want to keep that independence within a scope where we're helping to monitor that for them to be successful. So please help them monitor various things, including their organization, checking their planner, checking their backpack, checking their homework folder every day. While they're looking for that independence, they often need us to be kind of watching what's going on. If necessary, you might need to have them do their homework in front of you. If you're seeing that things aren't getting handed in, if you're seeing zeros or missing assignments, please make sure that you are talking through that with them. You should see them with a class novel or textbook with them and ask them about it. You can check Google Classroom with them. With their student login information, you can see what the assignments are. And you can ask them to pull up and check the Google Classroom, which includes a calendar of assignments that are due. I highly recommend that at least weekly, you check PowerSchool with them. You can sign up for weekly notifications, and I will show you how to sign up for PowerSchool in a moment. And with those weekly notifications, you can see from all of their teachers what their current grades are, anything that's missing, and that can be an excellent prompt for discussing what's this assignment, what do you need in order to complete it, to get it in, what confusion do you have, and to strategize, helping them do their very best work and challenging themselves. We'd love for someone to be a cohort parent, and we need volunteers for our trips. We have 2 upcoming trips to the DeYoung Museum a week from today, Wednesday, September 18th, and then the Robb Hill camping trip, Thursday and Friday, October 3rd and 4th. Both of those are really important occasions for us to take our learning outside the classroom, and we can't not do that without parent assistance. So please, at the end of this time, if you're willing to give your name to Ms. Gibson as a volunteer for either of those events, we would love to have you be part of them. The Robb Hill overnight is especially fun. We camp overnight in the Presidio. It's a 1-night event, 2 days, 1 night, and we are camping in tents. It is a 7th grade tradition for us, and including a campfire, lots of fun. And even if you're someone who doesn't feel comfortable staying overnight in a tent, we do need volunteers just for the days as well. So again, please pass your name along to Ms. Gibson if you can. Now, I'm going to talk to you about PowerSchool a little bit. Information you're going to need for PowerSchool includes your family's access ID, your family's code, and the mobile app access code. Now, this is all a handout that you can get from your child's advisor tonight. If you have not seen them yet, you'll get it later. If you've already seen them, then you hopefully have this. If not, you can go back and find them and get that information from them. And I'm going to show you a little bit how to access PowerSchool. So you can see here that there is a link to PowerSchool at the bottom. You can find that at Gateway Middle. So logging on to Gateway Middle or that gatewaypublicschools.org/GMS. Once you're there, there is an area which is quick links for the middle school families. And PowerSchool is one of them. You can see that arrow right there for PowerSchool, right there. There's both a sign in and a create an account. Do click on the create an account, and then click that tab, and then click on the button that says create an account, where these 2 arrows are. And then this is where you fill in all the information. your first name and last name, your email address so that you can get those vital weekly notifications. You choose your own username. You choose your own password. You'll have to enter it twice. Notice it has to be at least 8 characters long. And then you put your student's name here. Their access ID and the parent access ID and the web password are both information that come on that handout from your child's advisor. So hopefully that will help you get set up with PowerSchool. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, my email address is there, and I'm happy to set up a phone conversation or face-to-face meeting. Thank you so much for coming, and please, I do look forward to our having a great year together. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a good day.